Hello there. My name is Fola Daniel also known as Fola Daniel Speaks. Welcome once again to Living on Purpose. Today, I want to tell you to start small, dream big. Start small, dream big. I've seen today that everybody wants to become big all of a sudden, and that's one of the challenges that we have with young people in this generation. Everybody wants to start something today and they want to become millionaires and billionaires tomorrow. I don't blame them too. One of the reasons for that is the instant fame and instant success or monetary rewards that social media can give to you when you start something. They've seen it work with a few people. They've seen it work with a couple of people who had nothing. And in a couple of weeks or in a couple of months, they've built an empire just by being influencers on social media. So they think that they can start something today and in a couple of days they can become super wealthy. I understand that that's happening already, but the question is, do you have any guarantees that that is going to happen for you? And how much of that result can you control? Listen, when you have ideas, when you have visions, when you have maybe big ideas and big plans that you want to work on, the best way is to start small but continue to dream big. I'm not saying that remain small. I didn't say start small, remain small. I didn't say do it in a small way. I'm simply saying that start from a small place. One of the biggest mistakes that entrepreneurs make is if they hit a lot of funds, they want to go and open a big store. They want to go and rent a big office. And at the end of the day, they spent more money on operations than on actual products that they're supposed to push out there. So they realize that even though they have a nice, fancy office, they are not really making sales. They are not really getting clients to come into the office because they started big rather than starting small. Some other people who can do their businesses starting from one room inside their apartments will want everybody to be impressed. They will not only rent an office, they will also go to the eyebrow areas in the communities where they live or in the states where they live. Some of them will go to the center of town or to the capital of their states or country under the guise of meeting the big boys, meeting the big guns, and meeting all the big ladies. So they spend all the money, and when everything is out, they then realize that they could have started small and continue to dream big. Today, we're in the age of internet. You can do something small from a corner and use internet to spread the word. When you do something small from the corner of your room and you leverage internet to spread the word, you can make a lot of sales. And as the business grows, then you begin to expand gradually. You shouldn't also expand immediately things start working for you. I even know a number of people who realize that they can work remotely. And because they can work remotely, they decided to shut down their offices despite the fact that they are making more money. So instead of going bigger in terms of physical operations, they decided to downsize, they decided to shrink things. And as they are shrinking things, they're able to conserve resources and probably even employ more people. So start small, dream big. It's a successful strategy that most business owners have used over the years. Don't spend your first profit buying a big car just to show off to some people. Don't make a whole lot of money, maybe at your first attempt, and the next thing is you change your neighborhood. Don't get some money, and the next thing you're thinking about is buying some really fancy or expensive gadgets that you don't need, or you go and buy the biggest television in the world just to show that you are now successful. Keep it small, keep it going. Before you buy something else, make sure it is something that you can afford. Before you buy a car, make sure it is a car that you can afford. And when I say a car that you can afford, I'm not talking about having enough cash to purchase the car. I'm saying if the car breaks down, can you effortlessly pull out the resources to maintain the car? If you can't do that, then you're spending too much already. Have you thought about insurance on the car? Have you talked about security? Have you talked about how much it will cost you to service the car every time you need to service it, or if something goes wrong with the car? Many people don't think about that. They just think about the fact that, okay, I have some cash, it's enough cash to buy the car, and push, off they go. They just go and buy the car. So start small, but keep dreaming big. And as your resources begin to expand, then gradually grow into a bigger space, into a bigger office, into a bigger organization. But make sure that you are actually building the bigger capacity, not the bigger office space. When I say the bigger capacity, I mean you're building a business that is producing more results. Your balance sheet should show that you are growing. Your sales figures should show that you are growing. The data from your business should show that you're growing. If the data from your business or sales or products shows that you're growing, then you can begin to gradually expand, maybe even meet more people's needs. So it's important that whatever it is that you want to do, even if you're a religious person or a religious leader, you want to start a religious organization, you want to start a non-profit organization, start small, dream big. You want to do something that is non-profit. Maybe you want to help young girls, you want to help young men, you want to build an orphanage, start small, dream big. You want to build something that will change the world. You can't build something that will change the world overnight. You will start from somewhere and gradually work on it before you get to that point where you are able to change the world. But sometimes when people are impatient, even though their ideas can truly change the world, they would actually be the one to end the lifespan of that idea because they don't want to start small and dream big. Remember, the strategy to succeeding at building anything worthwhile is to start small but dream big. Dreaming big is to help you never to remain small, but starting small is to help you to make sure that you eventually become big. I hope you got that. Dreaming big is to help you never to remain small, but starting small is to make sure that you eventually become big. So start small and dream big. Thank you very much. Please head on to youtube.com/Fola Daniel Speaks. Thank you.